What's up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of our podcast. It's your boy Reg from the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What's up?
Yeah. So we're gonna do something a little different today. So this is kind of like based off the verses, the Method Man and Redman verses. And it's pretty much a breakdown, like a verse between the EPMD Jane, Redman. Like we're gonna go by order from the Redman and Jane series and pick which one's our favorite and stuff like that.
Right.
Something I kind of always wanted to do and stuff like that. I know for a while, but I just never really manifested it. But after watching Redman do that Superman Lover 3 on that
Okay.
verses, man, like it just like let me just do something based off this.
Right. Definitely.
Right. So we're gonna start it off with EPMD Jane 1 from Strictly Business versus Redman A Day at the Superman Lover off what the album.
Hmm.
Tough one.
That's a tough one.
I might have to go with EPMD Jane 1.
Right.
I just loved the way they flipped that beat and whatnot. And
Right.
it's kind of funny too because I was just watching that Redman video you sent me.
Yeah.
And
I just came across it too. I didn't know. I didn't really know. Like shit.
for for real. And like you can tell he would say like not only was he influenced by, of course, the on the Johnny Guitar Watson song,
Right.
but it was just the fact that he wanted to continue off that tradition from the Jane series and stuff like that too. So
Hmm.
yeah, man. And with the EPMD Jane 1, they were definitely influenced by the Rick James, Mary Jane, and stuff like that. So
Right.
yeah, man, that's definitely one of my all-time favorite. I have to go with EPMD Jane 1 classic.
I got Superman Lover because the Johnny Guitar Watson sample was dope, and him when he was explaining it, like he was like Slick Rick was one of his favorite artists, storytelling wise, and he wanted to have a story with the Johnny Guitar Watson sample. So that whole beat and this whole story of him, like, and plus he incorporated Jane, like because he was a big fan of the Jane series with EPMD, and he wanted to incorporate Jane within Superman Lover. So I just think like the first one is a classic from his first album.
I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that and stuff like that. Yeah, man, that Superman level 1, I always liked how that beat switches up to that James Brown sample and stuff.
Right,
So
right,
pretty ill. So now we're gonna get into EPMD Jane 2 versus Redman Superman Lover 2. No competition. I'm gonna have to go with Superman Lover 2. And him and Keith Murray were definitely on the Angel Dust when they were working on like There's Dark Side. And I would even say my beautifulest, the most beautifulest thing in the world, because it had a little bit of dark. There's a dark sidist kind
right,
of vibe and stuff like that. Um, yeah, man. The Superman Lover 2, that was just a different one for Redman because the fact that it definitely used it used a different Johnny Guitar Watson sample, like the I Want to
mm,
Tata You Baby song, and then it was just like more psychedelic and more trippy and stuff like that. It's very distinctive compared to the other Superman lovers. So Jane 2 was cool, but at the same time, I just felt like they took the Jane 1 and they tried to strip it down and
right.
stuff like that with that beat. So yeah, that's what I think.
I got Superman Lover 2. Uh I think like the whole the beat and um think there's a part in the beat where he sampled Ricky Bell's vocals, and even though Dear is not one of my favorites, but it has some bangers on there, and um he was talking about what he said. He said gotta catch his blunt session with that Dreamer Genie and Keith Murray,
Hmm.
and just he said like when he was talking about doing that album, he said he was dusted, like he he did a lot of us for that album, and um
Thank you so
he
much.
was doing dumb shit, and he wanted like Muddy Waters was like a happy time for him after there. So and he said he had bought a Jeep. He bought like a Land Cruiser at the time, and he crashed it being on dust because he was heading to the studio to do a song for there. So yeah, that's
Oh
one of my
wow.
favorite songs on there.
Yeah, man. Even when the first time I heard that Superman Lover 2, it was just I knew it was just something different. Like,
Right.
god damn, it just when that Superman, then when that beat dropped, that bing bing.
Ding,
Oh man.
ding,
Um
ding.
Now we're gonna get into Jane 3 versus Superman Lover 3. Again, another hard one. Whew, I'm gonna have to go with Jane 3, man, because that story was one of the craziest stories I've heard.
Right.
Probably the craziest story in the whole Jane about
Yeah.
how old girl was like disguised as a man and
Right.
whatnot, and then they realized he had all these like bras and leotards, and it's like, is that something you guys want to tell us and stuff like that?
Hmm.
And the J to the A to the N to the E. And the next thing you know, they ripped off the mustache and he fucked her. Like, it was just a very
Wow.
weird story.
Crazy.
Whereas with the Superman Level 3, again, that could have been number one too, but
Right.
that again was like I know a lot of people say that's like their favorite Superman lover and whatnot, which I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That Superman Lover 3. That was a dope one. I never knew that they got the original beat from like an R&B cat. I think his name was like
Uh-huh.
Anthony Hopkins or some shit like that.
Oh yeah. He said what's his name? Anthony Alfonso Hunter. Cause Alfonso Hunter was signed to Def Squad, and he had the beat on his own album, and then Red heard it, and he was like, "Yo," he told Eric, "I gotta get that." Are you talking about the Jane beat or the Superman Lover joint?
The Superman Lover joint.
Yeah, he told Eric that I want the same beat, and he ended up putting it on Muddy Waters.
Yeah, man. I never knew that. I gotta hear that song now and shit.
Yeah,
So
I never got that Alfonso Hunter album. I remember when it came out back in the day. You know.
yeah, man.
Yeah. Mhm.
So you said you're gonna go with Superman
I
Level
got
3?
no, I got Jane 3 because like you said, like the story was just crazy. I heard somebody like recently talk about that story, like they said like it was inappropriate because they were calling out trannies or whatever. But I'm like, you know,
Suck my
nobody
dick.
said that back then when the album came out. You know what I'm saying? All of a
Right. No
sudden
one
now
was
it's inappropriate.
saying that. Now all of a sudden y'all cancel culture. Y'all want to say this shit now. Get out of
Right,
here.
right, and I thought it was dope, and you got PMD saying it's my ass. I better think fast, real quick. I got a flashback from a Bruce Lee flick, and like just uh him realizing that she had leotards around the house and everything, and he took off a mustache and screwed her. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't even like realize that story till I heard it again. I'm like, damn, that was crazy. Even for back then. So
Right. Crazy. That's a crazy story and shit,
yeah,
man. Now we're gonna go to Who Killed Jane, aka Superman Lover. Jane 2, Jane 4. Excuse me, I can't count. Versus Redman Superman Lover 4. I'm gonna have to go with the Jane 4. Jane 4 to me, it kind of took like a social conscious turn a little bit
right.
because what I got from that too was just how black men were like treated by the cops and how they were harassed by the cops or whatnot too.
Mm,
And definitely because at that time it was said that EPMD was breaking up at that time because the Business Never
right,
Personal was supposed to have been their last album.
right.
But however that ended up not being the case and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, definitely I felt like that was like the more darker Jane.
Right,
Whereas Superman Lover 4, I feel like that was the most underrated Superman Lover. Dave
right,
Hollister being the chorus.
right.
Definitely a very, very, very dope, 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 dope. Superman Love and shit. And mind you, he made that when he was in a rush with Def Jam because they were
Right.
rushing him to finish up the album,
Mm-hmm.
and he had everything, but he just needed Superman Love, and he said that he rushed with that story. So
Right.
yeah, that's interesting.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, he said I was like the Superman level 4 was like his day off joint,
Right.
cause he didn't really come up with no intricate story for it, so that was like his day off. And I like Jane 4. I think that was more the story was better. Like PMD saying cop got pissed and stepped back and grabbed his blackjack, swung from my dome, ducked and caught my damn back. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I think that was a better story. Um, a lot of the beats sound similar on Jane. Like it's like they kept the same beat, but they just like added something over the years to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
And now we're gonna get into Jane 5 versus Superman Lover 5.
yeah,
Believe it or not, I'm gonna go with Superman Lover 5.
right.
My practice as an album, I would admit, it's growing on me over the years. Because I remember when I first heard it, I was not a fan of it.
Hmm.
And the Superman Level 5, I love that one because it uses the sample from the movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker,
Right.
where what's the shit name? Where like he's a fly guy when he was walking down and shit like that.
Hmm.
And so of course, Redman wanted to recreate that shit. And
Right.
yeah, man, that one was a pretty good Superman lover. The Jane 5 from the back in business, that was cool too. But
Right.
like you said, like that was when like I felt like the Jane 5 and Jane 6 kind of sound a little bit similar in terms of production.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still pretty straight.
Yeah. I like Superman Level 5 was cool. The beat was dope, and he says I'm looking for my mojo. My cape is still fly. Superman wanted Jane, but Jane had was like she was with a white guy. She was like
Yeah.
sleeping with a white guy or whatever, and I liked the beat for that, and yeah, that was better to me than the Jane joint.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And now the final one, since it's only I think 6 Superman lovers and shit, and this
It's
seven
seven
Jane.
for Jane, yeah,
Yeah, it's Jane 6 versus Superman lover 6. This one was kind of hard because I wasn't really a big fan of either or. I mean, I just felt like it was kind of it was to do with the beat,
right,
but I'm gonna have to go with Jane 6.
okay,
Because I just felt like the Red Gone Wild as an album was a very weird album. Weird album. It took me a while to really fully appreciate. I know I have to re-listen to the album one day
right,
and stuff. So, but I feel like the Jane 6 still kept with that vintage EPMD sound. Even though
yeah,
Out of Business is not like really one of my favorite EPMD albums either, it's still a more solid album than Red Gone Wild.
yeah. I got Superman Level 6. It has a dope beat, and he said it was like a tie-in to Natural Born Killers with the Mickey and Mallory story.
Yeah.
It was like a tie-in to that movie, and I haven't heard Part 6 in years. Um, but I thought that was dope, and I didn't really care for Jane 6. That's why I was like, Superman Level to me that sequel was better.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. And just to conclude is, Jane 7 from We Mean Business. Yeah, it was I.
right.
I think it was that's like the shortest one, like close to
Hmm.
2 minutes and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
yeah. But other than
that one
oh, go ahead.
that one was short, yo. It was, but I
Yeah.
I like Eric. Eric has some dope lines. It seemed like they were like again, like him and Paris was like like sleeping with the same chick. Like Eric is saying, like
Right.
a Joe Budden jump off. I head towards the bathroom. Good brain, smartest one in the classroom. So it was like they were just like going after the same chick again. I was like, well, what's so different with this story? You know?
Yeah, and that's why I kind of feel like with the Superman lover kind of has that advantage over the Jane because with the Redman he kind of takes a character to like different
Right.
places and avenues with EPMD. The Jane is pretty much, yeah, she's a player or
Right.
she's cheating on them. I felt like the first maybe five Janes, those are pretty much my favorite ones and stuff like
Yeah.
that too. But
Yeah.
and even with like the fifth Jane, I just feel like Eric and Parrish for the most part they were just coasting on that beat, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
hmm
Yep.
But yeah, that concludes the Jane versus Superman lover. Like, just wanted to give it love to the series and whatnot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man, for
No
jumping on
doubt.
this last minute.
No doubt. This was fun.
Yeah, this was definitely fun and shit like that.
Yeah.
Definitely got to do more of this for certain series in hip hop too
Yes. That'd be
and
dope.
shit like that because I definitely had like a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And that concludes this video, and I hope you have a very good night, my dude.
All right. You too.
I'm gonna record the unsung episode tonight. I'm gonna send it to you and shit.
All right. Cool.
All right, peace.
Peace.